Hello there everybody, welcome to Nogard's Kitchen. Today we're going to learn how to make a tenderloin beef, something like a roast beef. So first we have here our tenderloin. What we're going to do is we're going to cut out all of the tenderloin to make it even in size so it doesn't cook more in some parts than other. So first I remove this, see, so it squares it out. Now one of the corners, all of this is a little bit thinner. So we're going to take all of this off. There you go. Just like that. Take this off. And this other part over here that's a little bit thinner than all of this. So we also cut this off. There we go. It's squared off. This I am going to put away for another recipe. And now we have to clean our piece of meat. What do I mean by clean it? We have to take off all the grease, all this white stuff off of it. So we grab our knife and start cutting. You want your knife to be really sharp, or else this is going to be really hard. So make sure to sharpen your knife, or to have a really sharp knife. Okay, there we have it. Now, all of this, we're not going to throw it away. We're also going to save it. This grease has a lot of flavor, and if you see, I left a little bit of meat. That way, if I make a beef stew or whatever I need to make, you can use this. Just cook it and give it a lot of flavor. So, now that we have this, it's ready. We have to square it off around the same size. This is all good, so it cooks evenly. Now we are going to marinate it. So for the marinade, we're going to need some garlic, some thyme, some parsley, and some rosemary and olive oil. So first, the garlic, we have to peel it and either cut it into really small diced pieces, or you can just use a garlic smasher. So our garlic, crush it. Or you can dice it. Grab the garlic, take off the edge, then we little cuts like this, almost the way we dice an onion. Make it easier. Small cuts, 1/3, and there you go. And if you want it thinner, just grab your knife. This is not the best knife suited. And there we have it. Diced garlic. So those are the two ways you can do this. Either or is fine. Depends on what you have. Now our rosemary. I'm going to peel this on. bay leaves. We add olive oil. The reason we want a grease is so all the flavor penetrates the meat. So this is why we put olive oil into our recipes. And if you want your meat to be tender before you cook it, you can either add pineapple juice, orange juice, or you can pound your meat. So we have here our marinade. Now let's pour it top. There you go. Now we spread it out. Get it all on the loin. Take this up. Okay, so I'm doing this 2 days before I'm gonna cook the tenderloin. The reason is, the longer you marinate it, the more flavor it's gonna have. But you can't marinate it that long or else it's gonna go bad. So 2 days, if you have time, or do this 4 hours before and add some, or do this 4 hours before. So here you have it. Here's the meat. It's been marinating for 2 days. As you can see, it's real tender, and if you could smell it, it would smell really good. And here we have some oil. We added this in order to sear the meat before we cook it in the oven. We're gonna cook it in the oven at 200 degrees for around an hour and a half to 2 hours. Here we have it. Our pot is hot and ready. Now we are going to sear the meat. The reason we sear the meat is to keep So you want to put the meat around each side. The reason we sear the meat is to keep all the juices from coming out of the loaf when we're cooking it in the oven. So we sear it to make like a cocoon, keep all the juices, and the meat will not dry up. You want it to be brown all around the meat, covering every area. Leave it around 20 seconds on each side. And don't forget the top and the bottom. This is why you need the heat to be real high, or else you will be cooking your meat instead of just searing it. There we have it. As you can see the color, here I need to cook it a little longer. Flip it around. There we go. See here, an even color. Now with all this onion and the herbs you put in, you can make real nice sauce with it. Just cook it a while longer on the oil. Add a little bit of water. Then you season it with a bit of salt and pepper. If you want to thicken it, you can put some cornstarch, and you have a real nice steak sauce with some herby flavors. And if you want a little bit of more flavor on it, you can add butter instead of oil. It gives better flavor to the sauce. Butter makes everything better. Have it a while longer. This over here. Flip it around. There we go. That's the backside done. Put the heat up a little bit. You don't want it to be here too much or too long. And as I said, we have our oven ready at 200 degrees centigrade. That is around 400 Fahrenheit. 420 Fahrenheit, I think. I'll put an annotation with the real temperature right down here, so don't worry about it. There we go. Our meat is seared. So now we take this out carefully, put it on our tray that we're going to cook it on. I'm going to put this on the bottom because it has more open areas. The rest that we have here, since I'm not going to make a sauce, I'm going to put it all on top. There we go, just like that. Spread it out. And if you want, this, what I have here, it has a bottom part right here. You can add a bit of water to it, put some cut vegetables down there. They'll get a real nice meaty flavor. And here we go. Put our meat in there. And we're gonna keep on checking on it, but it's gonna take from 1 hour to 2 hours. Depends on how you like your meat. So I'll see you around in an hour. Here we have it. Here's the roast beef. As you can see, it's brown on the outside, and I'll show you on the inside how it is. It's perfectly cooked and tender. And here we have it. Here's the roast beef in all its glory. This is medium rare. So if you like the recipe, leave a like and subscribe, and any other recipe you would like me to make, leave a comment down below. Thank you very much.